I don't think so. Okay, we need Ashrei. Nancy, can you do any Ashrei at all? No, not really. Okay.
I'd rather not. Nah.
Sarah, let me
I can do it with everybody.
Okay. Sarah, will you do the evening service tonight, please?
Mincha or Ashrei or
Mari.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to ask Sue, and I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask Margot because I've picked on her lately. Sue and Margot will do Ashrei page 164. Yay, 164.
Me, Sue? Am I the only Sue? I don't even know. Not Lara, I'm doing. Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha Odalucha Sela.
Ashrei Shekachalo, Ashrei Shadonai Elohav.
Tehila LeDavid, Aramim Kolo Hai HaMelech, V'Barcha Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed.
Yechoyam Avarchecha, V'lo Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed.
Gadol Adonai Me'olam Ha'od, B'Ligdulato Ein Cheker.
Dor Yeshabach Ma'asecha, U'Gvuratecha Yagidu.
Adar Kavod Hodecha, V'Divrei Niflotecha Asicha.
Jesus Naratecha Yameru, U'Dalatcha Asafrena.
Zecher Rav Tshuvacha Yabiu, V'Sidkotecha Yeranenu. Tov Adonai Lakol, V'Rachamav Hakol Ma'asav. Kavod Malchutecha Yameru, Gvuratecha Yedaberu. Malchutecha Malchut Kol Amim, Memshavtecha B'chol Dor V'Dor. Einei Ko Elecha Yesaderu, V'Ata Niten Lahem Et Achlam B'Ito. Tzadik Adonai B'chol Devacha, V'Chasid B'chol Ma'asav. Yitzon Yorev Ya'aseh, V'et Shavatam Yishma B'Yoshiyim.
Shomer Adonai Kovav, Yekol Harshaim Yashmid.
Tilat Adonai Yedaber Pi, V'Varech Kol Bashar Shem Kodsher Le'olam Va'ed.
Anachnu Nevorech Yamei Ata V'Yad Olam. Hallelujah.
Anachnu Nevarech Yamei Ata V'Yad Olam. Hallelujah.
Okay. We recall with love and with tenderness the people who are very much still in our lives, who've given us life, who've shared life with us, who protect, inspire us, and guide us. Whose Yortzeit is the 13th of Tevet, Monday, December 28th, 2020. If you go outside, you'll see a full, bright moon. The Hebrew calendar has it. The following names are listed in our perpetual memorials at Chizuk Amuno: Leon Amernick, Henry Becker, Harry Blumberg, Ann Chazen, Ellen Feder, Florence Feynman, Paul Feynman, David Friedman, Benny Friedman, Charles Hofberger, Maurice Kaplan, Evelyn King, Rose Max, and Rabbi Solomon Zeman, who was Rabbi Joel's father, who Yortzeit is today. I'm going to ask, let me see, is Barry here? I thought I heard your voice. Gary and Barry. Gary, I'm sorry, Barry?
Yes.
I'm looking at you. I was going to say, please lead us in the mourners Kaddish Yatom, page 198.
Yiskadal v'yiskada shemei rabba.
Amen.
Amen. Nanda nibra kuate v'amin ha'alkei v'chayim tovnei v'beit Yisrael kagala v'zman kari v'mru amen.
Amen.
Yisbarak v'yistabak v'yisbar v'yistamad v'nisnasev v'yishadar v'yishalav v'yishal shemei k'dishah b'rechu Elam Nikol V'Chatov Shivatov
Tishbechoto v'nechemato tameram v'yama
v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Shlomo Rabba Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'Rama Huya Oseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Let's take a minyan moment. We have them. Would you, Evelyn, share with us some memories of Mom, please? You have to unmute yourself, Evelyn.
My mother was a wonderful, kind, gentle, very intelligent woman. Came here in 1938 with my father before the Holocaust.
Wow.
Mother was a social worker in Germany, but when she came here, of course, she had to relearn
Everything.
language, and she and my father built a life together. My father became an attorney here after he was a judge in Germany, and my mother worked in a sewing factory to help support him while he was going through law school. She was a housewife, but a loving, wonderful, generous, caring human being. There are not enough adjectives to describe how amazing
And
she
smart.
was. Very intelligent. Unfortunately,
I mean, it's the first time I hear this, Evelyn. What city did they come from in Germany?
from Frankfurt am Main.
Frankfurt am Main. How did they manage to leave Germany at that terrible moment?
My father, I guess through research, somehow discovered that my mother's second cousin was the owner of Fox Chevrolet. So those
Wow.
who were born in Baltimore have heard of Fox Chevrolet.
Absolutely.
Somehow connected, and Fox Chevrolet, these cousins sponsored my parents here.
And did they lose many family who couldn't come out?
Yes, I
Yes.
never knew my grandparents and many of my relatives, yes. But my father, once he was established in his law practice, since he was the oldest and my mother was the oldest of the siblings, eventually sponsored all the siblings over to the United States, except for one who emigrated to Israel. And that's why I have my Israeli family.
Wonderful. And so how many?
Panama, one to Panama.
And how many siblings did they extract?
My mother was one of 7, but 2 passed away earlier. So she sent the rest over here, and my father was one of 3, and the other 2 he sponsored here. So all the siblings that were alive eventually came here, some through England and then here, but they all came here, but not to Baltimore, to New York.
So I want to tell the Minyan, 30 years I know this beautiful couple. It's the first time I hear of this. 1938.
You should know that Evelyn and I met as she was caring for her mother towards the end. Although I don't think she had died then.
No,
And I was caring for my aunt.
That's
And
right.
we had rooms next. They had rooms next to each other, and we would confer with each other and see what was going on and check out what the hospital staff was doing when we weren't there. That's how we met.
Right, and for the loved ones we had there at the nursing home.
Evelyn, did your parents ever speak in detail as to what life was like in Germany?
You know what, Moshe, first of all, I'm an only child, and they were very overprotective of me. And now I regret that I didn't ask more questions, but I think part of it was that I saw the pain, and they just did not want to talk about the past. My mother never wanted to go back to Germany. They didn't want to relive that part. They wanted to start.
So Evelyn, I'll just share with you and then we'll do the service. The way we get this is not whether they want to tell us. As children of parents, we absorb their emotions in their fullness. We don't know it and are not aware of it. And all of us here, the older we get, the more we realize we are so much like our parents. There are places where we can be different and be individual. But as I make a point of telling anyone who will listen and doesn't listen, that every day I pay off the debt of carrying that burden, and you do too. And it's not a matter of choice. And there are many things that you can do to extract, the experience of, because since the Nuremberg laws, your father could not work as a judge anymore in Germany. And to have your own home country, your mother and your fatherland turn on you and ready to devour you is truly as monstrous as it sounds, and even more so. If you get a chance, collect this information. I could stay up all night asking questions, but it's not Pesach and it's not a Seder, so we got to go on. And we have Sarah Gratz, and we are thrilled. Okay, we rise, page 200. Thank you.
Vehu rachum yechaper avon velo yashchit, vehirba lashiva po velo yair kochamato, Adonai Hoshea melech yanenu v'yom korenu, Baruchu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv.
Page 200.
El chai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim.
Amen.
Avat olam beit Yisrael.
If you want to sing it, please do. It's all right. Maybe next time.
Okay. Ve'avatcha tasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, v'lachtecha v'derech, v'shokbecha uvkumecha, Ukshartam leot al yadecha, vehayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha visharecha.
Sarah, we're going to have Deborah help us at the last paragraph. We'll do it together. Okay? Thank you.
Leman yirbu yemechem v'yimei b'nechem al hadama asher nishba Adonai lavotechem latei lahem kimei hashamayim al haaretz.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר על בני ישראל ואמרתהם ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם ודם על ציצית. Where am I? על כנפי בתכלת, והיא לכם ציצית, ואותים אותו, וזוכרתם את כל מצוותיי, אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטו אחרי לבביכם ואחריהם, אשר אתם זוכרתם אחריהם, למען תזכו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצא את מצרים לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם מת.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
That was beautiful, Deborah. Thank
Sorry
you.
about that. I was kind of nervous.
No. You're getting better by the minute.
Sorry about that.
Emet ve'emunah. I'm going to ask Nancy Saul, would you please read in English the middle paragraph in 205?
We affirm the truth that he is our God, that there is no other, and that we are his people Israel. He redeems us from the power of kings, delivers us from the hand of all tyrants. He brings judgment upon our oppressors, retribution upon all our mortal enemies. He performs wonders beyond understanding, marvels beyond all reckoning. He has maintained us among the living. He has not allowed our steps to falter. He guided us to triumph over mighty foes, exalted our strength over all our enemies. He vindicated us with miracles before Pharaoh, with signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. In wrath, he smote all of Egypt's firstborn, bringing his people to lasting freedom. He led his children through divided waters as their pursuers sank in the sea. When his children beheld his might, they sang in praise of him. Gladly accepting his sovereignty, Moses and the people Israel sang with great joy to the Lord.
Umalchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe uvnei Yisrael achanu shira b'simcha rabba v'amru kulam Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lo tosef eleh Malchut chara uvanecha bokei yam lifnei Moshe Ze Eli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch leolam va'ed V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov v'go'alo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. Nancy, at the top of 207, please.
Help us, our Father, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life again, our King. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wing. You, O God, guard us and deliver us. You are a gracious and merciful King. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace, now and always. Praised are you, Lord, eternal guardian of your people Israel.
Ushmor tzeitenu v'oleinu l'chayim u'l'shalom me'ata v'ad olam Baruch ata Adonai shomer amo Yisrael la'ad.
Amen. Page 206 in the middle.
Amen. Ki hamalchut shelcha hi ol me'atimloch bechavod, ki ein lanu melech ela ata, Baruch ata Adonai, hamelech bichvodo tamid yimloch aleinu, le'olam va'ed ve'al kol ma'asav.
Amen. We rise, Chatzi Kaddish 208.
Yitgadal v'yikadash mirabav.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach rute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechonu v'yamechonu chayed l'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'imru, amen.
Amen.
Yehesh merabah mevarach le'olam u'mei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yital shemei dekudesha.
Vechu.
Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen. Amidah, page 210. We speak silently to God who is right within us. When you're ready, Sarah, on page 222, take your time, make sure you finish. 222, Kaddish Shalem.
Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrei charutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen.
Amen. Yehi Shmei
Yehi shmei
Rabba
Rabba mevorach le'olam olam me'omaya.
Mevorach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha.
Vechu.
Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Titkabal sloton uvoton d'chol Yisrael kadama v'hun devishmaya v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen. Aleinu.
Leinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latek gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kagoye haratzot velo samanu kamishbechot hadama shelo sam chelkenu kahem vegoralenu kechol hamonam vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim Lifnei melech melchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noteh shamayim v'semarim. Ki hamalchut shalcha hi u'amed ad timloch bechavod, kakatuv b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Thank you, Sarah. Very beautiful davening. We recall with love and deep appreciation the lives of those who gave us life, who shared life with us, and continue to protect, inspire, and direct and guide us. Whose yahrzeit is the 14th of Tevet, Tuesday, December 29th, 2020. Following names are listed in our perpetual memorials: Bruce Blumenthal, Beatrice Diskin, Max Fleischman, Morris Foreman, that's Nancy's grandfather, Miriam Friedman, Maurice Glassman, is Randy here? And Marjorie Greenbaum, Trudy Corzin, Rosalind Kress, William Kress, Nettie Mock, Manuel Mailman, Shirley Solomon, Arthur Varsupsky, and we also recall Friedel Loeb of blessed memory. Right, did I get it right?
Friedel.
Friedel Loeb, Evelyn Brager's mother of blessed memory. Evelyn, would you lead us in the Mourner's Kaddish on page 226, please?
Yiskadal v'yiskadash shmei
Merhaba. Amen.
Yom Divra Kivute Yom Malkute V'chayechon v'michon v'chaye Dekol Beit Yisrael V'agalav V'zman Karim V'yamru Amen.
Amen. Yehei Shmei Abba Mevorach Le'olam Omer Maya.
Yisbarach V'yishtabach V'yisba'ar V'yisraman V'yisnaseh V'yishadar V'yishaleh V'yishalal Shmei Dekudshah B'rechu Elam Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nechamata Damiran V'yamav V'yamru Amen.
Amen.
V'hei Shlama Rabba Mim Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'yamru Amen.
Amen.
Say Shalom B'mirav V'yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael V'yamru Amen.
Amen. Amen. A question, Evelyn, were your parents married here or in Germany?
They were married in Germany, and I wanted to say too, my mother she came from a wonderful background. My grandfather was a chazan and a Hebrew teacher. So she and my father both had an amazing religious background. My mother had an operatic voice, and you could hear her voice at all the seders. But she also became very involved with Hadassah. She was vice president of her chapter and all kinds of Zionistic organizations, JNF. She volunteered at the gift shop at Sinai. So she was an extraordinary woman.
She is an extraordinary.
She is.
Never mind was, she is. Speaking of which, we learned today in the Mishnah that if you come to a place where there are miracles that have been wrought, you're supposed to say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim la'avotenu b'makom hazeh. It is meant for us to expand our consciousness and our feeling of life in this moment. This very moment we are in is connected organically to all time and all space. And so the privilege of being in this very, in a sense, simple, humble, gray Monday night minyan is the center of the universe. And if you feel it, you'll see it's true. And until tomorrow, Evelyn, you need to write all this down. This is like the story of your mom and dad are just like, wow. Did they come to America individually or together as a couple?
They came as a couple.
Okay. And which ship did they go on?
I don't know.
Okay. Dr. Jerry Hoffman will tell you exactly which cabin they slept to. Till tomorrow, I thank you. I love you. You're wonderful. You're terrific. And Deborah, outstanding. I can't wait to hear you again and again. You go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy.
Tודה רבה.
יישר כוחך, Sarah.
Sarah, beautiful.
Sarah, beautiful. I agree.
Good night, Nadia. And
Thank you.